Hey guys, so if you don't know me, hi, I am Karina, and I decided on a whim it was time to make this video because I've been doing this a really long time and I've never sat down to take the time to tell you how it all began, to tell you why I'm still here. And so I felt it on my heart today that it was the time to do so. So know this, number one, if you are watching this video right now, there's a reason. There's a reason why I sent it to you. I see something within you. I know something about you, not in a creepy way. I just believe there's a reason why our paths connected and that I felt it compelled, like within me, to get this in front of you. So thank you for taking the time to watch it. If you're watching it on YouTube, little tip, you can go to the little settings, the little thing, and you can set the time to go at 1.5 speed. So I'll talk really, really fast, but hey, then you get through the video. So anyways, I have been coaching for goodness, it's been over 5 years now. I've started in April of 2013, which honestly seems like a million years and a million lifetimes ago when I think of how much has changed in my life since I began. And you'll hear a lot about that, whether you're in a sneak peek into coaching, whether you only see this video, whatever it might be. You'll hear a lot about my story. I try to share details about it often. That being said, I didn't know when I started this what I was starting. I had zero idea. I just knew I was in a funk with my body. I knew I didn't recognize myself anymore when I looked in the mirror. And my real aha, or oh no, moment as it were, was getting ready for my husband's staff party. He worked for a company that every year did a massive Christmas party at the fanciest hotel in our hometown. Everybody all got all decked out, and I remember going shopping for a dress at what is now one of my favorite stores at Winners. But at the time, I remember going into the fitting room, taking a ton of dresses with me to try on, and I put them on, and I was just like, whose body are these meant for? Or what happened to my body that these no longer are meant for me? It was a harsh reality check for me. My son at the time, I have a daughter and a son, and at the time he would have been like 4 months old, just about 5 months old. And my body had not bounced back to like pre-baby body, which was weird. Kind of thought it could. So I just remember that reality of trying it on. I actually remember taking a picture, sending it to my husband and being like, this dress is not meant for me, and like laughing at myself, but actually like crying inside. So that was sort of the moment that I knew I wanted to make a change, but I had no idea how. I started doing a workout program at home that I had done before and gotten results with, but every single time I pushed play, I just wanted to like claw my eyes out and scream. It was just not working for me anymore. And I stumbled across this girl's page. And it was because my sister-in-law was friends with her in real life. And so because of that, like it showed up in my newsfeed, as social media is like that. And I was like, oh, look, she's sharing some healthy recipes. I'll check that out. That's a good thing for me to follow. So I checked out the recipe. She wrote me and thanked me for following her. I was like, yeah, cool. Thanks for the awesome healthy recipes. And, started messaging each other back and forth. And she asked me a few times if I wanted to do a fitness challenge with her. And I was like, yeah, no, I can pretty much do this on my own. Thanks. And I was kind of annoyed by her, if I'm being honest. Like I knew she meant well, but I was just like, stop. I said I'm okay. But on the, I think it was the third time, just before she asked me for the third time, I was nursing my son, middle of the night, watching infomercials, as one does, and an infomercial came up for Beachbody. I think at the time it was like hip hop abs or something like old school like that, and I just happened to see the little logo, and it's like a light bulb went on, and I was like, oh, Rosa talked about Beachbody. Is this like the same thing? And I wrote her and I said that. I said, are you connected to that company that I saw an infomercial for? And she's like, yeah, duh, that's the company I work for. I was like, well, that's cool. Okay, it's legitimate. You're a normal person because you're friends with my sister-in-law and I know how discerning she is. So I was like, you know what, let's do it. let's just do it, because I had lost 12 pounds on my own. I'd gone from 196 to 174, 174, but I plateaued and it wasn't changing, and I was frustrated and I was angry, and I didn't like that the way I was feeling about my body was dictating how I was reacting in my days, in my patience, in my energy, how I was interacting with my husband. It affected me overall. I had some major self-esteem issues. That being said, I said yes. I knew somewhere along the lines that she must get some sort of commission through doing this with me, or me doing it with her. So I remember consciously picking not the cheapest package. I was like, this woman's talked to me a lot. I want to help her out. I don't know how this works, but I picked the one that was 170 instead of 160. And at that time, it was only one program. It was a program, Shakeology, which I got approved from my midwife to drink while breastfeeding. That was super important to me, because everything else, I'd looked into a few things, none of it was approved while breastfeeding, and that was a problem for me, as I was very passionate about nursing my son. So long story short, I still remember looking in the mirror after putting that on my maxed out credit card. I totally did. I signed up as a discount coach because she said it would save me money in the long run. I was like, all right. And I did that. And I remember looking in the mirror before having a shower one day at my post-baby body in all its glory. And I remember looking at myself and saying, this is going to change. And it did. It completely changed. I wanted to be the best challenger in her group ever. I wanted all the praise. I wanted to do all the things right. And I really wanted to get results. And in my first, it was a 90-day challenge. We don't do those anymore for the most part. But in my 90 days, I lost 20 pounds and 20 inches. So I got below the goal weight that I told her I wanted to get to. I lost inches that I didn't even know I had to lose. And I was hooked, and people were noticing. And I was telling them, I was like, oh yeah, you can just go to the site and you can get it if you want it. And I'll never forget the day that I went to my mailbox. At the time, Beachbody still mailed us stuff. And I went to my mailbox, and there was a check. But at first, I thought it was a bill, and I was mad. I was so mad, because I was like, they have my credit card. What are they charging me for? What is this? And I felt like I'd fallen for something. I had been burned a few times prior from things I'd signed up for online. So I was really, really untrusting. And my first reaction was anger, until I opened the envelope and saw a check for $90 to be paid to me. Because unbeknownst to me, two people had gone to my website and purchased programs through me, and I had received the commission for it. So $90 US is basically $1,000 Canadian. I'm just kidding. And I was thrilled, and I still remember walking into my kitchen and saying to Brad, I was like, if I can earn this, like $100, without even trying, what would happen if I set my intention to doing this as a job? And it was then that Rosa was like, yeah, you should. Here, watch a webinar. And that's what we did at the time. We watched really cheesy webinars, not like me talking to you like this, much cooler than that. We watched really cheesy webinars, and it was by a woman named Barbie Decker, who I've come to know, love, and respect. She's actually now Barbie Kayev. She is married to Body Beast, Sagi Kev. And anyway, she just talked about the business, and I was like, I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know this was a career path people followed. I had no idea. I didn't know it was network marketing. I didn't know it was what it was. I had no clue what any of those things were. So I didn't really have a skeptic response to that. What I knew was that the programs worked. What I knew was that I was in wicked shape and feeling amazing and more confident than I'd been maybe ever in my life. And I wanted more women to feel what I was feeling. So I went through training, I did the things, and I just kept going. I remember doing my first 30 days as a working coach. Every night I would sit at my kitchen table. I didn't have an office back then. I would sit at my kitchen table and I would listen to this program. It was by a woman named Danny Johnson, and I think it was called smarternetworker.com or something. And I treated it like my homework, and I did it every single day, and I followed the lessons she said to do. This wasn't like prescribed by Beachbody or anything. It was just something I thought to do. So I'm doing it, and it set me up for success. It made me realize that what I was doing was a job. It made me realize that I could show up for this in whatever level I could, and it was going to pay me back however much I put into it. Like however much effort I gave it is likely going to be reflected in my paycheck. And that has proven to be truer and truer and truer. And I went from in 2013, I wasn't, like I say, a working coach. It was 2014 when I started actively working as a coach. In 2014, I earned $11,000. Not bad for a stay-at-home mom who was really just doing this very part-time. It then went up in 2015, I believe it was about $23,000. And in 2014, 15, 16, it was, I'm just trying to get my years right because we're not done 2018 yet. So 2015, 2016 would have been the year that I was at just about $32,000. And then in 2017, no, it was 2016 that I had my highest year, so I'm getting my numbers wrong. I should have written that down. 2016 was my highest year and where my benchmark has been going forward from there. I earned over $50,000 working this business. And by working this business, what I mean is connecting with women who I genuinely want to be connected with, whether they ever become a part of this or not. I build relationships, I build connections, I build community, I live to inspire and encourage and help others realize that they can overcome everything that life throws their way, because you really truly can. And I get really, really emotional when I think of what I've earned and how this came to me, and that it is a reality for me, and that it's a reality for my teammates. It truly blows me away that I made a decision to start something to lose weight that turned into a life change, that turned into community, with women the likes of which I didn't even know existed. I truthfully was never one to be buddy with girls. I thought they had too much drama and it wasn't my scene. It just turns out I was insecure and I was nervous. And through this journey, I've really found myself, and I have found who I was meant to be. And I have found this woman within me who is strong and confident, who's teaching that to her children, specifically my daughter. And I'm forever, forever grateful for it. Now, that being said, there's an income component to it. This is my job. But where our family was in 2013 versus where our family is now in 2018, it's like worlds apart. We used to own our family home. It was beautiful and awesome, and my husband was working full time, and we had benefits, and we had like that. Honestly, it felt I don't think I knew it was a dream when we were living it. But when I look back now, it feels like it, because I worked on my terms. Brad went to his job every day and made a great income. We were really getting with my job, we were getting ahead. Before my job, we were not. Before my job, we were just getting by, if I'm being really honest. But we were finally feeling like we were getting ahead. And then things changed. Brad's health changed, and he ended up needing to take a leave from work. And what started being short-term disability went to being long-term, went to being, at this point, permanent. And that changes everything. It changes your entire reality, and in a lot of ways it could break some people. When you go from having something so consistent and so normal and so routine to everything sort of being up in the air, you could feel broken. But what this has continued to give me is continued hope and continued opportunity. Like if I was working a regular job and this had happened, I would have had to find something else to add in more income. I don't have to do that, because with this job, my income is up to me. My income is determined by what I do. And what greater motivator than to be able to provide for my family, bring peace of mind for my husband and my kids and myself. And that's what this is. This has provided freedom in that I'm on my own schedule. I don't like being told what to do. I'm like a savage rebel without a cause. I don't like being told what to do. I've never been an A student. I've never been amazing at showing up for school or doing assignments on my own. But this I will never quit. This lights me up. This makes me keep going. And I am so, so grateful that I was asked those 3 times, that the person that asked me didn't stop at 2 and say it's not for her. She said, I'm going to ask her one more time. And in that time I said yes. And in that yes, the ripple effect of how my life was supposed to go took off. It blows me away. Before this, I didn't have a passport. I had no need for one. A, I wasn't going anywhere, and B, I couldn't afford to go anywhere if I wanted to. So what did I need a passport for? And now I can choose to go on these trips. They're not required, but you want to go. But I get rewarded. Now, to be fair, you do have to do the work to earn what's called the Success Club trip. But my husband and I have gone on an all-expense-paid trip to Mexico twice. I myself have gone to Mexico, is it twice also, on my own, and taken members of my team that have earned it to Mexico, where we hang out with the other boss babes, as we call them, and like just, yes, it's a business trip, but it's this community and friendship, and there might be some drinks and just an epic good time. I never thought that after having kids, I'd be able to go and chill on a beach in Mexico. I really never thought that was a reality that I would ever get to see. I would never think that I would be able to get over my fear of flying, for the most part, because I've been on a plane so often now that it's not scary anymore. Just a million different tiny ways, and like maybe 10 massive big ways that our life has completely changed because I said yes to this. And it is my mission to empower other women to do the same, to recognize that there is a better way than the 9 to 5, to recognize that they don't have to be working their tail off at a job that they hate and barely getting to see their kids. Prior to Beachbody and prior to all of this, after I had my daughter Sloan in 2010, I was doing daycare at home just to earn some extra income. And I remember feeling guilty for what the people paid me to watch their children. I remember feeling guilty for my income because I was like, how do they afford this? How do they afford to pay me this and still have money to take home? And the reality is they probably couldn't. They probably didn't know they could do something else, that money could stay in their pocket, they could be with their kids, and they'd actually end up earning more. It boggles my mind how much changed because of that one little decision. And that's why I make this video. It's why I talk to you about this. That's why I put myself out there every day. Now know this, I was not like amazing from the get-go, and I still fail every single day. But I have a community of support and mentorship around me that helps me stay on track, that keeps me accountable. I have never been so dedicated to my own physical journey as I've been since I became a coach, because it's part of my job now. And it's that extra little thing that keeps me going, knowing there's others counting on me. And so if you wonder, well, you can't post on social media, or you're nervous, or you don't think you have a beach body, I hate that word, we all have bodies, put it on a beach. Whether you're nervous or not, just know we all start there. We all start with insecurities. And through this, you're going to grow into the person that you need to be to make this amazing, because it's already within you. You are already that person. I know that full well, or we wouldn't be talking like this right now. At my very first Beachbody event, it's called our summit. It's called an annual summit. I went to a pre-training called Shine. My team, our team, is Shine Bright Nation. You can see words of it all over the place. I tend to collect things that say Shine Bright. And at the Shine event, there was a song played. Her name is Natalie Grant, and the song is called Burn Bright. And the lyrics are, the first lyric in the song is, lately I don't recognize you. The fire in your eyes is fading into embers. So while you're out there in the darkness, I'm praying you'll remember. You were made to shine. You were made for life. Even if you've lost your way, turn around and you will hear love say, you were made for more, so much more. Child of everlasting light, made to blaze away the night. So baby, burn bright. And that's what I am welcoming you to do. Ask all the questions. I am an open book. From the bottom of my heart, I believe that you were created on purpose, for a purpose, and that this could very well be it. Thank you for the time, and have an absolutely beautiful time of day, whatever time of day it is, and keep shining bright.